Alright, boys and girls, welcome to another math video. So, with this video I'm going to give you 3 examples and I'm going to try to really help you out with distributive property and adding and subtracting linear expressions. So, distributive property, basically what it is you've got a number out here, either positive or negative, and it's outside of a bunch of terms that are in parentheses. You're going to distribute it, which is a fancy way of saying you're going to multiply that outside number times all the terms inside, and we're just going to rewrite this expression. So, here I've got negative 3 outside of the parentheses. In the parentheses, I've got 2 terms. I've got negative 2x, and I have a plus 3. So what's going to happen here is I am going to distribute, which means multiply this times these 2 terms. Now remember, for multiplication, if the signs are the same, the answer is positive. So for example, if I had, let's say, negative 2 times negative 1, that would equal a positive 2. If I had a positive 2 times a positive 1, that would equal a positive 2, because the signs are the same and signs are the same. But if I had different signs right here, like this, I would end up with negative 2, and if I had here different signs like this, then that would also end up with negative 2. So for this one right here, you can see clearly that the signs are the same. So that means my result's going to be positive, and 3 times 2x is going to be 6x. Now, right here, you can see that these signs, this is a negative for this 3, and this is a positive for this 3. These signs are different, so my result's going to be negative. So I put my negative sign, and 3 times 3 is 9. So my resulting answer there is 6x minus 9. Now, 2 other examples that I want to show you, they involve adding a linear expression and subtracting a linear expression. Let's take a look at adding first. So let's say I had x plus 4 plus, let's say, negative 2x plus 5. So this is how we would do this. First of all, we'd look at this first set of terms here. Since there's nothing outside here to distribute at all we do is just write down what's inside those parentheses. No problem. Boom, done. Now right here, I have plus and then these terms. If you have a number here, use it and distribute it just like we did above there. But if you don't have a number here, fill it in with the 1. While you're learning, this little 1 will help you to know what to multiply and what the result will be. Eventually you won't have to do that, but for now, let's go ahead and do that. So here, I have a positive 1 times a negative 2x. The signs here are different, so I'm going to put a minus. And 1 times 2x is 2x. Now, I'm multiplying this positive 1 times this positive 5. The signs here are the same. Since they're the same, I'm going to put a plus, and 1 times 5 is 5. So now, we're going to go ahead and combine the terms. First of all, look for your terms that have a variable. Here, I have an x. Since there's nothing in front of this, I know 2 things. 1, I know that it is positive, and also when you look at this, if there's no number, that means it's just 1x. Now here, I have 2 x's, and the symbol in front of that is minus, so minus 2 x's. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put them together in a problem. Positive x minus 2 x's. Take a minute and look where this came from. That's that x right there, minus 2x minus 2x. If it helps you to put the 1 right here, go for it. So now I have 1x minus 2x. If you can solve that problem, great. If the x's are throwing you off, look at just the numbers. 1 minus 2. Now 1 minus 2 equals negative 1. Don't believe me? Check it out on your calculator. If 1 minus 2 is negative 1, then 1x minus 2x is going to be negative 1x. That's the answer for the variable terms. For the constants, I have a plus 4, and here I have a plus 5. So I'm going to write those down. There's that plus 4, the positive 4, and here's the plus 5. Take a look-see where I got this from. 4 plus 5 is 9, and that 9 is positive. It's a positive 9. So here's my answer from the variable terms. Here's my answer from the constants. Let's put them together for our final answer. I have negative x, positive 9. And that's where the answer comes from. Now, eventually, the idea is that you'll be able to do this without writing down all this extra work here. But for now, if you need to write it, write it. You're better off getting the right answer and taking a few extra steps. Let's check out another one here. Let's try 2 times 3x plus 5 minus 2 times negative x plus 4. All right, so let's see how this works. First of all, this time I do have a number that precedes these terms, so I'm going to have to use distributive property. This 2 right here, nothing's in front of it, so I know it's positive. This 3x right here, since nothing's in front of it, I know that's positive too. Signs here are the same, and 2 times 3x is going to be 6x. This is still a positive 2, and now I'm going to multiply it with a positive 5 there. Signs are the same. So I know my result's going to be positive, and 2 times 5 is 10. Here, since I don't have an empty space, I have a number there, I'm just going to use that number, that 2. Remember the sign in front of it, minus. So I've got a minus 2 here, and we'll multiply that with this minus x. If there's no number there, you can assume it's negative 1x. If there's no number, assume it's 1. So here, signs are same, so I put a plus. 2 times x would be 2x. Now, I have negative 2 times a plus 4. Signs here are different. Since they're different, I know the result's going to be negative, and 2 times 4 is 8. So now, just like we did over here, let's combine terms. I've got 6 x's here, and I have plus 2 x's there. So, 6x plus 2x is going to equal 8 x's. If the x's were giving you a little trouble, just remember, 6 plus 2 equals 8, so 6 x's plus 2 x's would equal 8 x's. Now for the constants, I have a positive 10, and I have a minus 8. And I'm literally just writing what I see. 10 minus 8 is going to equal a positive 2. So now I have 8 x's, and I have positive 2. So I put them together for the answer. 8x plus 2. And that is distributive property, adding and subtracting linear equations. Hope this helped.